Hi everybody, today is the Armenia versus Azerbaijan war. So Azerbaijan will be teal and Armenia will be yellow. So the first one is Azerbaijan with his team Turkey and Kazakhstan. Well, with Kazakhstan. Then after that, we got Iran joining. And as well, Ukraine joins. Well, Georgia. Georgia decides to join Armenia's team after a while, which goes pretty well for them. But then Georgia makes a change of moves and goes to the yellow team of Armenia. And now we see the war unfold. The beginning, the Iran and Azerbaijan troops start pushing up the part over here to connect the land. After going up for a bit, they are able to reach the thing. Then the troops from Armenia just start pushing into Ukraine. Well, the Georgia troops and Russian troops start pushing into Ukraine before taking that little part of Ukraine out. Ukraine's still a little bit up there, but most of the land is given to Georgia for helping the most. And now the land's now given to Georgia. And then soon after, you see the land being given to Russia. But now the land is now officially given to Russia. And then we see the war of Armenia not go so well. So the Armenian troops start pushing back Azerbaijan almost back to the borders and are able to push out all the troops. And Armenia starts winning the war pretty well, pretty goodly. They start taking Azerbaijan's bit, but it's pretty hard with the Iran troops around the corner because they are literally bordering it, but they soon after take out the Azerbaijan troops over there. And then Kazakhstan decides to make a landing decides to attack Russia, which is this one right here above Kazakhstan. So they start gaining the land. Soon after, war unfolds over here. Kazakhstan knows that the troops are over there, so they decide that it's a pretty easy time for Kazakhstan to re-grab that all land. Soon after grabbing it all for themselves, which they just re-grab that land. And then you got Kazakhstan grabbing that piece of land. Which means Azerbaijan is now winning this war as the troops for Iran start attacking Armenia's new land, which goes well. They are able to push them out of Azerbaijan's territory goodly enough. We see that. Then we see Iran troops and Azerbaijan troops start to push in more into it from the bottom, and are able to push them all the way up to just the top, and are able to connect some areas. After that, we don't see much unfold except for the troops of the Russian and Georgia troops start pushing in over here at the top of Azerbaijan. And then they keep on pushing out of Armenia and Georgia troops start pushing it over here to take the two top parts of Azerbaijan. Then after making that, they were able to make a recovery from the fall of the territory below. After taking the territory a little bit faster now, they are able to re-grab the fallen land. Not as bad as I thought they would go, but they are able to start moving down, which means that Azerbaijan is starting to lose. But the Azerbaijan troops start pushing back into the top of they take out Armenia and Georgia troops by taking this land back on the top of them, and starts attacking the Russian troops and the Georgia troops, which is not really good for them. After regaining that fallen territory, they're able to start making some expanses. There's some naval landings of Kazakhstan on Russia's territory, and are able to start moving toward the most populous city down there, and soon after take it under control. And then it's now officially starting to be split up. Azerbaijan gets most of it, and Georgia gets some of it. So after that, we see it's a good chunk of land split it up. Soon after, most of the land is given to Azerbaijan. The land is now given to Azerbaijan. There you see Georgia getting their bit of Russia, which is good for them. Well, bad because they just lost the Russian troops. Now Armenia is now mad because they are starting to lose this war entirely. We see that the Turkish troops start pushing their way in, and soon after, almost getting to the capital. And then the troops of Azerbaijan start pushing in, just as Iran troops are too, walking into the territory, which is pretty fast moved, and now Armenia is starting to die off. Then they connect the forces and are able to start moving up toward the capital, which is gonna be bad. Now we see them surrounding the capital and taking the outside of the capital so they can get no help, which means that they are probably gonna die soon. But we soon after see the top of Armenia captured, and it's just the capital surrounded really hardly. And now all the Russian troops, Georgia troops, and Armenia troops are surrounded inside the capital, so it's kind of hard to push in. But soon after, they are able to get the capital under control. They are able to take some of the capital. Then after taking that territory, they actually start making the way Iran splits it until their land's now given. Azerbaijan gets its part of the land, and then after that, Azerbaijan finally gets its land, which is pretty good. And now Armenia is bad because Armenia lost this time. But that's all that happened. Turkey gets its part of the land, and then Iran doesn't even get much of that, even though for helping out the troops of them to make it. I'm just confused, but why do they not give them so much land for helping them? But then Iran, and now the war finally officially ends, which is good. So, yeah, it's not bad for them, but